Namaste, good morning. It's Thursday. Let's Om from home together. How's everybody doing? So I thought because this weekend we have our summer solstice that we would do some sending a salute, a salutation to the sun and honoring the Earth's relationship to the sun with some circles and some ellipses in our class today. So we're going to start. Hi Annie, always with me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to just start with any seated position. Take a second to focus inward. If you want, you can close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Let your back be straight. Do yourself the honor of straightening your back, lifting to the top of your head and allowing the shoulders and neck and arms to just relax. Lengthen through the spine. Relax your hands, let them rest on your knees or your legs perhaps. If you want, you can turn the palms up to represent being receptive to the universe, to the energy of the Creator. And begin to breathe. And as you breathe, let's focus, let's imagine a circle. So as you inhale, coming up, as your lungs are as full as they can get, you're at the top of your circle. And then as you start to exhale, coming down the inside of your circle, and at the very bottom of your circle, you're empty of air, and then you start inhaling again. So visualize in your mind a sacred circle as you breathe in, and begin to breathe out as you come around the lower side. At the bottom of the circle, you should be empty. And then as you start to rise up, breathing in. If you want, you can turn your head a little bit, but you don't have to. It can all be imaginary if you want. Keep your back straight. Keep lifting up through the top of your head, lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck. Relaxing the shoulders, breathing out and in. All right, let's come back to the center of the circle and just take your face and open your eyes really wide. And circle your eyes around. Another circle. Let your eyes be as wide as possible, all the way to the right, all the way down, all the way to the left, and all the way up. Around we go. Keep your eyes open wide. Allow yourself to continue breathing deep and full. And around the circle. Let's go the other way. Circle it around the other way. All right. Have a little fun with it. Take your hands into prayer pose. Push it up. Breathe in. And reach high. Reach high. Wiggle the fingers. Breathe in. Wiggle your fingers. Circle your thumbs. Bring the hands down to the shoulders and push it up again like you're doing a push-up into the sky. Breathe in. Drag it down, pull it down to your shoulders, exhale, bow your head. Hands flat against the sky, push it up, breathe in. Grab something and pull it down to your shoulders. Let it be a difficult pull. It's hard, very strong. Pull it down, bow your head, exhale. Hands flat, push it up, breathe in, look up. 3 more times. And relax. Let's let the legs lengthen out. Lengthen the legs out. And pull the flesh away from your sitting bones so you can feel the legs the hip bones push against the ground and the legs really straighten out. Flex those ankles, let the toes point back towards your face. Lift your heart, shoulders back. Just take a few minutes to strengthen those legs and breathe. I say minutes, but you know I just mean a few seconds. Relax your feet, relax your legs. Let them open out, toes flop outward. Look down at your hips, round your back, and sit soft for a minute to just be inside your own thoughts. Your head is heavy, your back is rounded, your shoulders are slumped. Your belly is soft, let it go. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to scoot a little closer, but you can stay where you are. Let's let both heels go to the right, both knees go to the left. So that's kind of like the mermaid position, like the statue in Copenhagen of the Little Mermaid. Try and sit both hips down on the ground. You probably can't bring them both down, but try to sit both hips down on the ground. Just sit like this for a moment. And we're going to walk our hands towards the right and look over the right shoulder. And then walk your hands back to the front again and just sit with both hips aiming down for a moment. Take some breaths. And then walk both hands to the left and look over your left shoulder. Come back to the front. Sit silent for a moment. Let's go back to the right again, and just a little urging of looking over your right shoulder, and then swing all the way around to look over your left shoulder. Back to the right, and the left. Take your time, listen to your body, do what it asks. We're just stretching and breathing, nothing complicated. Come back to the front and stretch your legs out. Any place is fine. Just let them stretch out. Take a minute to jiggle your knees. And let's see if we can put both heels to the left, knees pointing to the right. Mermaid the other way around. Take a minute to settle yourself on your hips. Find a position that's working for you. A little bit outside of your comfort zone, but try and work with it. And we're going to both hands to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Hold and breathe. And then slowly come facing forward, one hand on each knee. Those hips down at the ground. Probably you can't get both of them down. It's just the nature of the geometry of your hips right now. Let's bring the hands over to the right and look over your right shoulder. Relax. Breathe. And come back to the front. Take a minute to just breathe and sit. How are you feeling? Check in with yourself. When you're ready, we're going to go back and forth. Looking over the left shoulder, hands to the left, hands to the right, look over your right shoulder. And just back and forth. Listen to your body. Stretch and breathe. Allow yourself to slowly warm up this morning. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back to the front and open those legs up again. Just let yourself relax for a minute. Jiggle the knees. Let's slide the hands from the hips to the knees and then on towards the ankles, bringing the body down and up. So our legs are not really out in the straddle like I often put your legs way out there. This is just an easy straddle. Ankles maybe just a little wider than your hips. And bring the body down between the legs as you reach for your ankles. If you want, you can look down at the floor between your knees so that you keep your neck sort of straight in line with your spine. Whenever you look forward, your neck kind of goes into a kind of a crimpy position. So listen to the body and be gentle. Let's do this 5 more times. Down and up. Take a breath in. Exhale, down. And slide the hands up. Take a breath in. That's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Down we go. Hold it there. Relax. Round your back. Soften your belly. Let your head be heavy. Relax. Ready, put your hands on the ground between your knees and walk your hands back up to the hips. Let's hold the legs. Sit comfortably, however is most comfortable for you, with a straight back, with the heart lifted, with the arms relaxed. And we're just going to drop the chin down, but don't slump forward. Keep your shoulders over your hips and your spine is straight. Drop the chin. And allow the head to move slowly along the collarbone, chin tracing the collarbone to the right. And you get to the right shoulder, we're going to lift up, lift the nose, and allow the nose to trace a circle or think of a rainbow above your head. Don't drop your head back, please. Keep it all about lifting up. So we lift the nose, come over the top of your rainbow. Be gentle, be careful. And start to come down over the left shoulder, hold there, drop the chin towards the armpit, and chin traces the collarbone down. Let's go around one more time, very slow, very careful, very aware, and if anything feels like you are reaching a limit, don't do it. Don't push past your limits. Be gentle with yourself. Stretch and breathe, be gentle. Appreciate the body you have. Don't force it. Don't judge yourself. We're working on movement and breath. Once your chin is down in front, take a minute to just breathe. If you want, you can just sort of swing it back and forth. Getting ready to go the other direction around the circle, all the way up. Lifting the nose. Tracing a rainbow over your head and carefully coming down the other way towards the shoulder, towards the armpit, trace the collarbone, and let's go around one more time. Don't drop your head back. Lift through the nose, through the face, lift up and come around the other way. Let your head hang in front. And just go back and forth a few times, slowly breathing as you move, moving as you breathe. Take your time, feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Honor it. It's not easy for your neck to stretch. Ready, you can just bring the face back up and let's do a little prayer pose. Fill your heart with gratitude. Fill your heart with love. I love it. Thank you so much. We're going to come up onto our knees. And this is a little bit like a hero pose, but the knees are apart. And take a minute to put your big toes to touching. Big toes touch back there. Knees are out. Knees are out, big toes are touching, and we're sitting on our heels. Maybe this is difficult for you. You can always sit on a pillow or put a pillow underneath your ankles if this is hard for you. But whatever it is, make sure you're comfortable with it. We're going to be in this position for a minute or two. All right, place the hands on the ground in front of your knees and bring your forehead down to the mat. Elbows go out like you're doing a push-up. And find your perfect place for your hands so that you feel supported and strong. Forehead down. Push up. And we're going to look up towards the top of the wall across the room. Not above your head. That's too much of a stretch. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Elbows high and wide like a push-up. Let's come up again and look at the top of the wall across the room. Down we go. And up. Down. And up. This time we're going to bring our chin to the ground. Chin to the ground. Allow yourself to be here for a moment. And this time as we come up, we're going to look at our chest. Round the back and look at a chest. Chin down to the ground between your hands. Push up and look at your chest. Chin down. And look up. And look down at your chest. One more time. Chin touches the mat. Stay here for a moment. And push away. This time look at your big toes. You may have to lift up. Look at your big toes. Sink back down and look at the top of the mat, top of the wall. Pick your hips up, look at your big toes. And then look at the top of the wall, sink your hips back. Let's do it again. Now we're going to sink down and let the nose touch the ground. Stay here for a minute. See if you can let your nose just barely touch the ground and hold right there. Don't squash it down. Don't let your head be heavy on the mat. And then push it back up. We're going to thread the needle now. Take your right hand and bring it in just a little bit under the shoulder here. And the left hand is going to go behind the wrist all the way through. Bring your shoulder down and your cheek down to the mat. Adjust the location of your right hand if you want to. And push back or push against. So you push a little twist into the shoulders. And when you're ready, relocate your hand a little closer to the body and push it up. Bring it up. Touch your forehead down. Look at the top of the wall. Forehead down. And look at the top of the wall. Forehead down. Look at the top of the wall. And forehead down. And look up. Now we look down at our chest and bring your chin to the floor. We'll push it up and look back at your chest and then bring your chin to the floor. And back. Alright, now we're going to bring the left hand in, and the right hand's going to go behind the wrist. Thread the needle all the way through. Bring your shoulder and your cheek down. Relocate your left hand so you can push a little bit with it. Putting a nice twist in the shoulder. Relocate your hands so you can push against the floor to bring yourself up. And down we go. and up, down, and up. One more time, down, and up. Beautiful. Come up onto your hands and knees. And maybe shake your ankles out a little bit. Wiggle your toes back there. Circle your ankles. Let's put our hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Nice flat table. Push away with your hands. Activate your fingertips. Arch your backs. Drop your head. Drop your tailbone. And then slowly sway the back down. Lift the face, lift the tailbone. Keep pushing away with your shoulders. Cat and cow, transition back and forth with your breath. Take your time, feel the move, enjoy it. Come back to a flat table, look around your left shoulder for your left hip, stick the hip out, see if you can see it. Even if you don't see it, try. Really stretch around, looking for that hip. And then swing your head back, straighten up the back, and look around the right shoulder for the right hip, look for it. Stretching the opposite side of the body and back. Let's go back and forth a few times. Come down onto the forearms. Stretch your right leg back and place your toes on the ground. Push back through the heel. Hold for a static stretch. This is a 30-second static stretch. Let it hold there. Pushing back through a straight leg. Keep breathing. There, keep pushing back through a straight leg. Awesome. Relax, put your knee on the ground and switch sides. Left toes on the ground. Push back through your left heel with a straight leg. 30-second static stretch. Try and hold that leg really straight and push back through the heel. Keep going, it's awesome. All right, knee to the ground. Let's just relax in pose of a child for a minute. Relax with your hands reaching forward. Ready, we're just going to roll over onto our back side and rest for a minute in Savasana. Arms out to the side, palms up, legs apart. Total relaxation. Sometimes they call this the corpse pose, which used to really disturb me, but then it was explained to me that this is allowing yourself to give up 100% towards the afterlife and the wisdom of the cycles of life. Don't fear it, embrace it, don't be afraid. So allow yourself right now to just give up and be heavy on the mat. Notice the curl in your fingers. Slowly lift the arms up. Let's reach for the ceiling straight above your shoulders. Fingers reaching up. And then we're going to slowly bring the legs up too. Arms and legs up we go. Up, up, up with the arms and legs. And circle the wrists. Circle the ankles. Take your time. Don't forget that breathing is the impulse that pushes everything. circling your wrists, circling your ankles. Again, connect your thoughts to your breath. And acknowledge that the earth is circling the sun, the moon is circling the earth, the sun is circling the center of the galaxy, circles within circles. The wheel in the sky keeps on rolling. Let's bring the ankles and wrists into a flexed position and feel a lot of strength. The back of the leg is talking to you. See if you can get your legs really straight and really feel a connection from the hips through the back of the leg all the way through the heels. Shoot that energy up into the sky through your heels. And with your fingers, we're going to reach back so the wrists are connected to the shoulders through the back side of the arms. Beautiful. Bring it down. Hands to your knees. Squeeze those knees in just gently and let them go. Just a gentle hug and release. Hug it in and release. Hug and release. Hug and hold. Squeeze your legs in. Shift both hands to the left knee and let the right leg stretch out on the ground. Close to the chest, give it a good hug. Stretch the leg straight up. If it's a little bent, that's okay. We're going to just do our hamstring stretch here. Stretch the back of the leg gently. Find your range of motion. Breathe and stretch. Bend the knee about 90 degrees and circle that knee all the way around. As big as you can, as long as there's no discomfort. If you feel any discomfort, keep your circle small, or just hold the leg static at the edge of your range of motion. And circle the other way around. Around we go. Circles within circles. Stretch the leg up again. Find your hands reaching for the leg and bring it to the face and back. And hold the leg right at the edge of your range of motion. Keep breathing. 30 seconds, static stretch. Maybe you'd like to hold the big toe. That's always an option, so you can kind of relax the other side of the body. Allow it to relax. Ask it to relax. Now that we've been patient, maybe it'll stretch a little more than it did before. If you gently ask it, maybe it'll come down a bit more. Stretch and breathe. And bring the leg back to vertical. Slowly bend the knee, cross it over the body. Roll up onto the right side of your hip. Knee comes down towards the floor. Maybe it doesn't come all the way. That's okay. The left shoulder reaching back, left arm reaching out. Right arm can go wherever it wants. Find relaxation here in the spinal twist. This is why we do yoga. This beautiful release and relaxation. Adjustment somewhere in the body to make yourself even more relaxed. Often it's allowing the head to turn in the same direction as you're thinking. full breaths. Allow yourself to breathe in through the nose and either out through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels most relaxing. Maybe both. Slowly roll back onto our backs and return to Savasana. Legs out to the sort of the 5 and 7 position on the clock. Giant clock with the center of the clock right at your belly button. Arms out to the side, hands naturally curling up into a little gentle blob. Relax your mind. Get the clock, let gravity win. Sacred Savasana, blissful. Beautiful. Bring both knees to the chest, hands to the knees. A gentle hug in and release. Hug it in and release. Bring the knees in and release. Bring the knees in and hold strong. Feel your biceps pulling them in. Shift both hands to the right knee. Let the left leg stretch out on the ground. Squeeze that right knee in towards the chest or the armpit. And then stretch the leg up to the ceiling. If the leg is a little bent, that's okay. Bring the leg towards the face and back to vertical. Find your range of motion. Be gentle. Breathe a lot. Work your range of motion, stretching the hamstring in the back of the leg, all the way towards the hip, all the way past the knee into the lower leg. Stretch and breathe. Beautiful. Hold that leg at your extreme place there. And then release. Bend the knee 90 degrees or so and circle the knee around. All the way around. A big circle as long as you don't have any discomfort. And then change direction. Send it all the way around the other way. Visualize that ball and socket joint of your hip really being lubricated by your breath. Time all the way around, and then stretch the leg up, reach with your hands and resume your stretch. Stretch and release. Find your range of motion. Nudge the edge of your range with respect, with appreciation. Let's see if we can hold the leg right at your edge for a 30-second static stretch. Hold and breathe. Halfway there, keep stretching, keep breathing. Patient. If you like, just urge a little bit more stretch from that hamstring and hip system. Continue to breathe. Beautiful. Release the leg, bend the knee, cross it over. Knee comes reaching for the floor. Roll up onto the left side of your hip. Open your chest to the sky, arms out, palms facing upward. Relax throughout the entire body. There we go. Feel free to make any kind of little adjustment to your hips, your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your neck, or your head, so that you can relax even more deeply. Let go and know that I am God in your stillness. A little Bible quote for you there. Just because we are doing yoga doesn't mean that we can't touch into all our faith systems. Yoga is not a religion. You're still free to honor your religion as you do your yoga. Scanning through the spine, from tailbone to neck. Relax. Let go. Trust yourself enough to stop holding all that little deep, almost unconscious tension. Let it go. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can slowly roll back onto your back and return to Savasana. Relax. Heavy against the floor. And notice that the floor balances that downward push of your gravity with resilience and support. Let's bend the knees and place the heels close to the hips. And take a minute to just tilt your pelvis down and push your lower back into the mat. Let your arms be out to the side of your hips. Squeeze the lower belly in. Push the lower back down into the mat. Keep breathing and don't let your shoulders and chest be tight. Just the lower torso is tight. Pushing down with the lower back. Tilting the pelvis flat against the mat. Squeeze your kegel, which is inside the groin. Squeeze that lower body. We want that pelvic floor to be strong. As you get a little older, things get a little loose and lax down there. It doesn't help your health at all to be loose in the pelvic floor. Let's release and relax and let both knees drop to the left and then the right. Swing them left, swing them right. Take some deep breaths as you windshield wiper your knees left and right. Beautiful. Feet flat on the ground. Put your hands on your hips. Slide them to the thighs and reach for your knees. Bring your head off the mat. Go ahead and slow sit up. You may need to let your feet move a little bit away from your hips. Bring your body up. And if that didn't work, just come up any way you can. Let's see if we can balance on our tailbone and bring our legs up into the air. You can put your hands on your knees for support. Find your position that you like. And maybe you can let go of the knees and find yourself in the boat pose. Hands palm up to the sky. Hold. Keep holding. Keep holding. Maybe try and get the legs straight. And then come back to seated. Take a minute to just sit. We did a lot there on our backs. Stretching. And the boat pose, which uses a lot of abs and torso strength as well as balance. up to prayer pose, take a minute to just place your thumbs, the top of your thumbs by the thumbnail, right on your forehead. Close the eyes. Focus on the breath. Almost meditating now. Connect with your true inner self. Let's stay here for a full minute. Honor yourself. Honor your connection to the great universe, the great spirit of the universe, the spirit of creation, the spirit of love. And a spirit of strong, eternal power. We are part of that universe. We are not separate from it. Allowing the hands to slowly drop down to the lap and just rest there, palm up, crisscrossed above your ankles. Bow the head. You're feeling very, very much at peace and at ease with your body and your spirit and your soul and your mind. That's one of the benefits of yoga, is the feeling of oneness between the body, mind, spirit, and soul. Unity through breath and movement. And we know the true yoga is inside. It's all the poses and all the stretches and everything is just a way to get you to connect with your true self. The real yoga happens in your spirit. The connections. So let's think a minute about the planet that we live on. Wherever you are on this beautiful planet Earth, you know that it's a sphere. Sacred sphere. It rotates. What we call a day, when we're looking at our clock and we're looking at our computer and we're looking at our schedule and we're looking at our calendar, what we call a day, a 24-hour cycle, is the Earth rotating on its axis once every 24 hours. Our day is not something we invented as human beings. It was given to us by the planet. And when we think the sun is rising and coming up overhead and then setting, that's not the sun rising, that's the Earth spinning. The sun isn't really changing its position. We're turning ourselves around. While all that is happening, the Earth itself, the whole planet, is traveling around the sun while it's spinning once every 24 hours on its axis. It's going around the sun. And how long does it take it to go around the sun? 364 and 1/4 days. 365 and 1/4 days. So that's a year. What we call a year, we didn't invent that. That was a gift given to us by our solar system. The Earth goes around the sun once a year. And right now, this weekend, is the point where our part, if you're in the northern hemisphere, our part of the Earth is pointing the most towards the sun, which gives us the most hours of sunlight and the least hours of darkness. Sorry, I also teach Earth science. That's kind of my main gig. So you got a yoga teacher here who gets very excited about Earth science, and this is the summer solstice. So we're going to get up on our feet now and do a couple of sun salutations. And that means get up however you want. Start. getting up on those feet and put some energy into the feet. Let's do a little marching, a little walking. Get your energy up. I'm going to adjust my camera, push it back so you can get a better picture of the whole sun salutation. Hopefully you can see me as I go through. You know, I'm doing the best I can. I don't have a whole studio here. This is just my back room in my house. You know how it is, right? Omen from home. Okay, so get on your mat and stand towards the front of your mat. Yeah? Make sure you're in mountain pose. Remember, that means toes pointing forward, heels underneath your hips, energy in the feet, pushing down and lifting up. Bring the energy up. Tuck the tailbone under, hands to prayer pose, and the top of the head reaching up. Take a minute to settle yourself into mountain pose. Focus and breathe. Now, as you stand in here, please squeeze your buttocks in to protect the lower back, because we're going to bend back and we're going to bend forward, and we want to have strength in the lower back. All right, we're going to push the hands up, breathing in. And as you push your hands up, you can put your hands in temple pose for a little strength, so you can pull against your hands. So push it up, temple pose the hands. Reach up, squeeze the buttocks even more, and lift the face up towards the ceiling, arching back. Point your hands straight up, straighten the back, arms out to the side, and we swan dive down. Keep a lot of energy in your legs. I'm going very slowly this first time to explain it. As you come down, just ragdoll. You can bend your knees, let your head be heavy, ragdoll down. And then next inhale, you're going to lift the head and just come out 90 degrees. Let the arms hang. Table it out, lifting the head forward. And then collapse again in ragdoll and exhale. Place your hands on the ground by your feet. And let's bring the right leg back and put the toes on the ground. Hands are on the ground by your left foot, and sink down into a crescent lunge. Look up. And then we're going to straighten the front leg and bring that foot back. Sort of into a plank pose here. You can drop your knees down and come down. Belly on the ground. Forehead to the mat, nose to the mat, chin to the mat, and come up on your toes for upward dog. We don't usually do upward dog. It's a little like cobra, except you're up on your toes and your arms are straight. Lift, and then push the hips up and back, and find a good position for your feet for downward dog, and really allow yourself to be in downward dog. All right, get ready to put your feet back where they were and come back to upward dog. Lifting the face. And now push back and bring the right foot forward again. I usually have to grab my leg and bring it up. It doesn't come up by itself. Crescent lunge, look up. Push back, straighten both legs, and join the left leg forward, back into ragdoll. And now make your feet really strong on the floor. Bend the knees a little if you need to, and push yourself up. Arms can either come out to the side or they can come to your legs. I'm modifying a lot of the sun salutation because I know it's vigorous. Arms out to the side, reaching up, breathe in. Temple the hands overhead, squeeze the buttocks, arch back. Back up to standing tall and hands down to prayer pose. That was one sun salutation where the right leg was the supporting leg on the back, on the crescent lunge part. So now we'll do it with the left leg. So we're going to start in prayer pose with the mounted top of the head reaching up. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze the buttocks. Take a breath, get ready. Push the hands up, temple the fingers. Arch back, squeeze the buttocks, and Swan dive down, the arms come out to the side and forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to, hands to the floor, and head is heavy for ragdoll. Breathe in and lift, flattening the back, let the arms hang. Exhale, ragdoll down again, hang. And this time the left leg steps back, with the toes on the ground, and hands are right there by your right foot. Drop the knee down and lift the face, lift the eyes, gaze up. Crescent lunge, and then drop the head down, straighten the arms, and bring your right foot back. Plank pose. Bend the knees to the ground, and come on down to your belly. Forehead, nose, chin, lift, tuck the toes under, come up to upward dog, and downward dog. Find your good position for your feet. Push away with the arms, drop the head, pull downward dog for a moment. And then get ready to put your feet back where they were and back to upward dog. Lift the hips, bring the left foot forward. As I said, I always have to grab it, push it up. Come down to the lunge position. Straighten both legs, bring the left leg up and forward fold. Ragdoll, release all the tension in the upper body. Bend the knees slightly. Reverse swan dive up, or bring your hands to your hips. Lifting up, we go back to temple pose. With the hands, squeeze the buttocks, arch back. Standing tall, soften the arms, bring them down to prayer pose. Beautiful. That was one cycle of sun salutation. Let's do it again. This time a little faster, if you don't mind. So, starting here with the prayer. Push it up. Temple hands. Squeeze back. Reach up. Swan dive down. Hang. Lift, breathe in. Hang again, exhale. Right foot, reach back, toes on the ground, lunge up. Push against the hands, join both feet back. Plank pose. Shift it down to upward dog. Shift it up to downward dog. Adjust your feet. Hold downward dog and stretch. Back to upward dog, adjust your feet. And then the right foot comes forward, sorry. Lunge. Bring the feet together, stand in forward fold. Ragdoll of the upper body. Bend the knees. Reverse swan dive up. Lift up. Stretch up. Temple hands. Arch back. Arch. Stretch up. Prayer hands down. Hold your prayer. Reach it up. Breathe in. Temple hands. Arch back. Squeeze the buttocks. Reach up. Swan dive down. Hang. Drop the left foot back. Lunge. Look up. Weight on your hands. Both feet back. Plank. Shift to upward dog. And find yourself in downward dog. Pushing back, lifting the tailbone, stretching the arms, pushing with the fingertips, downward dog. Adjust your feet. Find yourself in upward dog. And then we're going to bring the left foot forward. Crescent lunge it up. right foot comes up to join the left foot. Forward fold, ragdoll pose. And reverse swan dive up. Breathing in. Reach the hands up. Temple pose. Stretch it back, squeeze the buttocks. Reach it straight up. Soften the arms. Bring them down to prayer pose at the heart. Just did 2 full cycles of sun salutation. Happy summer solstice, everybody. Swing your hands. That was a little good workout for the wrists, so swing the hands, rotate the wrists, and let's rocking horse our feet. Swing the hands forward and back. Take your step and step back, the other foot back. Swinging the arms. Stand tall, arms out to the side and up. Pick some mangoes, shift your weight on your feet left and right. And bring those mangoes into a basket right in front of your feet. Stand tall, hands on the hips, put all your weight in your right hip, let your left leg out. Just sit and sink into that left hip. Allow yourself to stand heavy on one foot. And notice the shape of your spine as you sink down into that hip. Maybe even your head tilts over to balance the body. All right, pick the head up. Shift your weight the other way. Sink into that other hip, allow it to sink down. We don't usually let ourselves really sink into our joint like that. Think about the shape of your spine. What shape is it right now? Into the floor, evenly lift your head, and let's work the hips. So we're going to bring the right hip up, left hip down. And then circle it around. Circle it all the way around. Bend your knees. Circle your hips all the way around. Hands can be on the hips, or the sides, or the thighs, or out to the side. Whatever feels good to you. Circle those hips all the way around. Let's go the other way. The sacred circles of our solar system and our planet. Galaxy, thank you for the energy of the universe. You are part of the universe. Celebrate that. Circle around the other way. Keep your knees bent to protect them. Circle around the other way. And let's come back to a seated position. Wow, thank you so much for that. I enjoyed, and I hope you did too. I feel very connected to you right now. And as we get ready for the summer solstice this weekend, you may be interested to know that Stonehenge is live streaming the sunrise on June 20, I believe it's the 20th, it's Saturday. So maybe check that out. You might want to actually see what's happening at Stonehenge during the summer solstice. Of course, this is the year of social distancing, so I think that's why they decided to live stream it rather than have people come there, but maybe there'll be people there anyway. Either way, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you back here again on Tuesday for another Yoga with Lisa SXN. Thank you again for being with me.